Let's give Fabolous William a pimpin' new ride.
Pimpin'. Big pimpin'. Hello and welcome back to the Kieran Show. My name's Kieran, this is Kieran, and collectively, we are Kieran's.
We are the Kieran Show.
We are the Kieran Show.
The show of Kieran's. Those two idiots with the same name on the internet that talk about Warhammer. That you're probably all sick of. They've got the same name.
Yeah, well, what gimmick? Yeah, losers.
It says that we're in a Space Hunk t-shirt.
Space Hunk. Yeah, big shout out to Yavin Prince. Big fan of this. You got this for me ironically.
Yeah.
But I low-key kind of like it. Sort of embracing the meme.
Your wife hasn't seen it yet. She's in for a treat.
No, I think she'll laugh at me, which will make me feel bad. Like, wow, dumb. And I'll be like,
Yeah, big shout out to Yavin Prince for sending us these. They are wicked. He's got some other wicked cool stickers.
Yeah, we'll drop a link down below. They've got some super cool designs on there. You got like a really cool Sisters one. I'll be honest, I might pick one of those up because
we can't. The
design's
we've
way
already
cool.
got the same name. We can't have the same t-shirt.
Why? Yavin Prince, would you like to endorse a uniform for the Kieran Show? But yeah. Back to it.
We're talking about Fabolous William and his pimpin' new ride.
For sure. Fabius Bill has got a very, very nice dinosaur, which is very weird and exciting to say. He's been cooking up some crazy things
Flesh dinosaur.
Yeah, he's got some weird like meth dragon thing going on, wingless meth dragon. Yeah, it was mental. Big thank you to Warhammer for sending me over the new Dawnbringers box, Abraxia, and some ponies. I'm not super into the lore of who Abraxia is. And the ponies are.
It's got a sweet new ride.
But yeah, I looked at it and I was like, what was really funny was that when I was going in, I was like, oh, I'll make this into a Chaos Wolves thing. I could do like a Disco Lord or whatever. But I already have one. So I was like, meh. And then I think I called you with a big idea and you went, that's insane.
Yeah, and then you were like, then you said, I'm going to buy a Fabius Bill. And I was like, haha, my guy, we have one. Yeah, so anyone that remembers us from our infancy, we had Fabolous William in the supply drop, and we tried to paint him. Well, I tried to paint him in an hour.
You tried.
It didn't happen. So when you were like, I'm going to turn this into a Emperor's Children concoction, I was like, well, we've already got a Fabolous Bill.
Well, let's
go and cut this one up.
Yeah, to be fair, it was kind of sad. Like,
I was going to say, it's like it's an antique from.
It is an antique. Well, I mean, it's some glow up, that's for sure. Like from a 1 hour paint job on
what are you saying was wrong with my paint job?
You tried to paint a Chaos Space Marine character in under an hour.
And I did it. Like a 5-year-old, wasn't it?
Skin is pink, armour is purple and gold.
Where's the Gilliman flesh?
Where's the... Oh, that was it. Oh, where's the Gilliman flesh? So good.
How did you start this?
From like concept to reality?
Well, we've done concept. You were just like, yes, I'm going to break this, but... How did you do it in essence?
In essence. Fabius Bile is a really weird looking mini, surrounded by chirurgeons, and in one hand he's got his pimp stick, and the other one he's got his like needle gun. They aren't the actual terms.
They are now.
I think the pimp stick is actually called the Rod of Torment, which was really difficult.
More imagination than Vashtor's hammer.
It does, yeah, thank goodness. The Chaos guys used to try, which is good. Yeah, so when I saw the Abraxia kit, the first issue I had was the rider on the top, so Abraxia herself. I think that's who Abraxia is. It's the woman, isn't it? Yeah, nailed it. So making like a clean cut straight down the centre of her body was like one of the most important things, just to establish that it works. So I had both models in 2 pieces, at least 2 pieces anyway, for a good portion of the grey phase, because I needed to make sure it could work. So unfortunately, I did have to cut down the pimp stick, which felt a bit brutal at the time.
Yeah.
But hilariously, I managed to turn that little
It's like
skull.
It's the steering wheel. It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, for sure. Like it's the head of literally the head of the reins.
Yeah.
Which is
very cool.
Which is super cool. I mean, I've never seen anybody hold reins like that. But I was like, well,
Fabius Bill rocks it.
He would, yeah, for sure. Some like ancient old guy.
That like skin.
Well, that was part of the next bit. It looks like DC from SN Bat Reps said it looked like a kebab stand.
Oh my God, it does!
Just loads of flayed meat all over it, which was a shame, and I can't unsee that. But I had to try and find a way of hiding all of the gribbly bits left over from the Lord Discordant head. What's it called? A Hellstalker. That's what it's called. So sticking that to the beastie was really difficult, but it also had like loads of loose joints and like cables and stuff. And I was like, I mean, like with most of my stuff, when I kitbash things, it's either cover it with green stuff, pelts, or like cloth. So I was just like, well, if I just did that and painted it as skin, it would look disgusting. Very Fabius Bile.
Yeah.
But ultimately, pardon me, Emperor's Children. So winner, winner, chicken dinner.
And then covered it in lamb donner.
Lamb donner everywhere. I don't even know if it's some kind of donner.
I just see from the B-roll going over, there's some green stuff, and some milliput involved.
Yeah, for sure. Like
because I guess because it's a giant lizard head.
Yes.
It's not exactly a blunt cut.
No, so I did have to cut down the lizard. So the Abraxia model, the head is like quite a good piece, but it's almost like underneath its chin is attached to the actual model.
Yeah.
So I had to cut that off in order to remove the head, and then I could stick the Hellstalker's head on instead, which was quite a challenge, but it came up clutch in the end. I think outside of that, I didn't really want to add too much other stuff because I was conscious I still had I think it was like 2 weeks to paint it or something. But I did have to cut off Fabius Bile's skin cape.
Well, I was going to move on to that. So Fabolous William, to get him to stick on the top, there was no bougie kitbash involved there. All you did was Abraxia in half, Fabius Bill in half.
Cut you down.
Done.
Sarah. Yeah, well, I know that it wasn't going to work. Like as soon as I pitched that sort of like skin tent on top of Abraxia's legs, I was like, this doesn't fit. It doesn't work. I have to make new skin, which sounds horrendous to say online. But yeah, so it was essentially the same sort of method as I did on the neck thing for the beast, but just around his waist. So I made him a little hula skirt made of skin, which is very macabre.
Yeah, awful.
But yeah, no, I had a blast. I love this character to death. I think Fabius Bile is a really, really big player in the 40k universe.
Will be.
I mean, he already is. I think he's a big dog.
Just as a lore thing, I think I haven't read it yet, but I've seen a lot of chatter about Gene Father.
So I'm reading that at the moment. I don't think it's as good as everybody makes out. I think so far.
Oh well, I haven't seen everybody say it's a great book. What I have seen is people
spoiling,
running away with some of the stuff that happens.
Oh, the spoilies.
Yeah, the spoilies from that and what it could potentially mean.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think. Honestly, knowing that Emperor's Children is going to come into the forefront of the 40k universe before too long, I figured I'd get the jump on it. And one of the guys in our Discord actually sent me some Cacophony models, the Horus Heresy ones.
They're old now, aren't they?
They are, but surprisingly...
They hold up slightly.
Yeah, if you replace the shoulder pads with the Chaos Space Marine ones, I think they look great. Like, I was like, this is fine. So now, unfortunately...
You've started your Emperor's Children army before you've actually got an Emperor's Children range.
Yeah, I did it early, and it is. I know it's dumb. I know it's so stupid, and I'm destined for heartbreak. But the ambition here is.
It's when you were like, I spoke to you earlier. You're like, oh, I'm going to make my own Lucius the Eternal model. I was like, Kieran, you know he's probably going to get a new one.
Yeah, but then I mean, everybody has like generic lords for their thing, so he could just be like the simp for Lucius and be like, oh, I've got a whip too. Lucius is like, no, scrub.
Budget Lucius.
Budget Lucius. Yeah, BTEC Lucius for sure. Yeah, I think the potential for some amazing Emperor's Children models are certainly on the way, and getting the jump on that, I think is great. I think I spent about 4 days in total doing this, kit bashing it and then painting it. But I just didn't want it to end either. Like,
yeah, you were having a blast. Every time you kept phoning me.
Look what I did now!
Look, I put this extra colour in it. Yes, Kieran.
Yep, that's painting.
Yeah, you've coloured a thing in. So this gave you a good opportunity to nail your paint scheme as well, didn't it?
Yes.
I do quite like the tone of pink you've gone with.
Yeah, like I wanted to go for a more like drowned out pink, like super hot but like a little less saturated.
Yeah.
Because I quite like the idea of it being like a bit meek rather than being like almost like intense in your face.
So it's really interesting because hilariously I think we're both gonna, if Emperor's Children do come out and they've got a range, we're both gonna with a our own Emperor's Children army, and I'm going to go the other way.
Oh.
I'm going to go full, look at me, I am pink.
Oh, you're going like bam pink.
I'm going chaosy pink, like full perfection pink.
Almost like magenta.
Yeah, definitely. I'm in for the brightness.
Yeah, I get that. I really wanted to embody that sort of like pallid flesh, that sort of like drown out, like ghoulish looking skin.
It really works with the Abraxia kitbash as well because it matches the tone of the lizard.
Yeah, that was it. Like I wanted it to, because I've gone for like that sort of almost like Marsy, like orange base, and I wanted it to contrast with that. And I was thinking of like, this is going to sound really sad, but I was like Googling like desert lizards and stuff.
Desert lizards.
For like colour.
But you're a dino sim, surely. How long did it take you to just end up saying, I'm going to look at some dinosaurs?
It didn't take me very long. But yeah, no, it's just something a bit almost like washed out, almost like burnt. So you've got like, there's lots of like pinky hues underneath all the white, but then like trying to dirty it up as well because it's so dusty. But yeah, knowing that Fabius Bile's got a brand new ride, it is a good old time, and I'm very excited to see where the project goes.
Yeah, it'd be cool. See what else you can add. If you want to buy your own Fabolous William and make your own, I think the Dawnbringers box is a bit scarce at the minute, but you can check out the affiliate links down below.
For sure.
See if you can make your own.
Absolutely right. And a huge thank you to everybody on this hand of the screen. All of you guys are legends of the game. Big fans of you for joining the Cult of Kieran. That's what it should be called, the Cult of Kieran.
It's as if one of the tiers is called Cult Kieran.
Yeah, but it's not the overarching Cult of Kieran.
Yeah, but we're not cool enough to be Sleep Token. We can't have our own cult.
What do you think?
I'm a vessel of some description.
I don't know where to go with that. I don't know where to go with that.
Yeah,
but yeah.
See you in the next one, I guess.
For
On
sure.
that note.
Huge thank you for everybody dropping by. Drop us a like, drop a subscribe and a comment, and we'll catch you next time.